Alrighty, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey everyone, welcome back to Semifinals B of Jaraci Cup 10. This is between myself and Moose here in the green. Moose, of course, being the one who collected all of our replays for us. Big thanks to him. So he is going to be the green player here. And of course I'm going to 3-0 him, easy, right? But oh shoot, didn't mean to spoil the series. But of course I'm joined once again by Discara, my co-caster, so say hello to the people and don't freaking mess it up.
Hello, people.
Whatever. You're getting closer. You're getting closer. Someday you'll be there. If you want to make it in this industry like me.
Okay, what do we got here? So it's a LAV push from Moose, and then oh wait, I forgot the chat. LAV push from Moose, and you're going ref mode first.
Indeedly so. Getting that sense give or take before I build any cells, so not trying to be too be too greedy here. Which is good because I am gonna get pressured.
And I wondered for a while there was a second Arya Saladier for Moose, but I think that was a miss rally. I do it all the time.
Yeah, because he doesn't need RUs here. He just wants to get CUs. In fact, I think it's probably better if he first gets his two LDMs set up on CUs and then builds the RU sub after, but I don't know.
I think I don't like how late. I mean, I play this with Assault Pack, and then you get a really late Assault Pack. So I actually like keeping that fifth Saladier on RUs for that reason. But if you play it without speed, you could definitely do that. It's a bit riskier, but if you're confident in your LAV control, which I am not, but it could
Spoken
work.
like a true StarCraft 2 player, right?
Yes. Oh wow, Bozocow with the bleed.
Yeah, you know, don't talk about it, okay? Okay, look, in my defense, we played these games after I'd been awake for like 18 hours, so I was a little toasted. But
Okay, so doing the carrier rotate, which I think is fine response.
Yeah, just thinking that like I can probably hold this second base for some time.
I think it's maybe a bit greedy to have 3 Saladiers on your Nat already.
I'm thinking so too. I think A game during the game, like later you'll see I end up floating quite a bit of RUs. In fact, I already kind of am. And he was like, yeah, Discar would kill you for floating this much, so...
Oh, and the third one goes down anyway.
Yeah, so definitely not worth it in the end there.
Hey,
what I really need is like a PC
I played
here, right?
third. Thank you very much.
Oh, I thought you played third.
Not that it's a lot more micro. It's, I guess it depends on what type of Protoss we're talking. But yeah, it's still 9 LAV to, what is this, 7? So yeah.
So slight numbers edge to boost here, and I think he doesn't have any upgrades actually. Didn't get a Assault Pack either.
Okay.
But I think the right play probably for me is to go for another PC here, but I'm actually taking into Assault Ship Fab instead. It's a little bit questionable maybe, but...
Yeah, I kind of like, I mean, it's something, we started playing a bit of GVC, me as Galcian on Jaraci, just to test things. And something I kind of like is second PC and just going ham on the skimmer count, because you can actually, I mean, I messed it up sometimes, but you can actually hold AVs with enough skimmers, which is quite funny.
Well, and the other big deal is that like if you if you go for tech here, you'll be able to hold off the LAVs, right? Actually, there's a bit of action here. We're kind of crunching these LAVs into the corner. Yeah, Moose saying you forgot about them for a few seconds. This is sort of a big deal actually because suddenly the
this is why I like having Assault Pack, because otherwise you can just get caught out.
Yeah, you can't get out of things like that. So, in fact, I'm kind of trying to let him live here. There we go. I do catch that eventually. But I think the idea with getting that second PC is that like you can hold it with assault ships. Like if he's got a bunch of LAVs, you can probably, you know, you can deal with it by taking assault ships like that. But then in a situation like this, I want to go up to 2 base now, but I can't, right? Because I don't have that PC. So
Yeah.
I'm actually building it right now, I think. Yeah, it looks like I am, but it's definitely gonna be later. And Moose is on 3 base this whole time, so even though I just got this kind of like army wipe here, he's actually pretty ahead, I'd say.
Yeah, if he didn't get his LAVs wiped out. A game I kind of disagree, because that one game where I got behind was when I went air and 3rd base versus a 2 base AAV push. But yeah, that's a story for a different time. But yeah, if he didn't wipe his LAV fleet,
It's almost like
he would really just have
hopeless in
map
that case,
control
right?
and 3 base much quicker than you. Now he's still in a good spot, I would say. But it is going to be air against air.
Which we know how that can go. I mean, we just saw that in Semifinals A. Which, if you're watching this on YouTube in 2025, you know, watch that first.
But he's still able to hold the skims off.
He does have that triple production, right? Whereas I'm only getting 1 at a time here, so that's quite nice for him.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, he's up to 6. Yeah, he's actually really far behind. No, far ahead on the air count, so that's nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 6-2, and this is what you were talking about in that last game, where like when the numbers are like this, yeah, strike fighters can definitely fight back.
Yeah.
And he's probably gonna go for salvagers here. He'll probably get some. The only question is like, is there like a follow-up for me? But I'm not even building another one. I've only got 1 in the hangar right now, so. Don't worry, Bozo will see it through. Nothing is wrong here. It'll be an easy 3-0, like I said. Don't even worry.
Okay, so we're going up to 9 now, so that's quite nice. Still only against 3. 3 interceptors. Still have to find a way to deal with these AS, either, you know, by spending missiles on them or getting out a lot of LAVs. I would kind of like the LAV response.
Because it's risky to fire missiles at them, right? And that's what I was expecting too, that's why I tech armor 1. So strike fighters are coming out, they want the eco. This is 4-9, it looks like.
Oof, let's see.
They're going for the PC though, and what do you think about this? Uh-oh. Oh dear, this is quite questionable micro actually. He's just, he's not turning to engage, so he took 2 volleys for free there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's almost impossible to get strike fighters to fire at interceptors.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, that was rough. Oh my god, dear. This is so rough.
And these honestly, 2 are both like so low.
I'm trying to think if there's a way. Moose should be building something now. He's got quite the flow.
Shoot, yeah.
But
I
no,
only just realized that myself.
Trying to think if there's a way to make strike fighters, I mean, not necessarily better stats-wise against interceptors, but like more able to fire.
Possibly by increasing like their firing radius. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Hopefully without breaking them.
Oh, apparently he already did that.
Yeah, but I don't know. It still feels really difficult to make them actually shoot in dogfights. I'm not sure. It's probably still better. More. Agreed. Okay, so this is armor 1 for you, right? And armor 0
2 actually is finished, but he's gonna get armor 1 also.
Oh yeah, now it's armor 2, yeah.
He's got the missile batteries coming out, so it's very nice for him. That's what he needs.
Yeah, and I think with the LAVs, he should be able to take this fight quite handily.
Yeah, this actually looks pretty bad for him.
Yeah, because as long as the AS are kind of derping around, it's quite fine to be fighting AS with LAVs.
Yeah. You can see that on display here, of course. They do pretty well. Oh, you're gonna lose an interceptor to LAVs. Oh, and another one of the missile batteries too. So.
Yeah, it's still behind, but not terribly so in units lost. Now kind of evening up. This is not here.
This is gonna go well for me though, because these AVs are really low now. And I have high ground if the LAVs want to engage too, so they can't really join in on this. Are they gonna try though? I don't like this though, because they're actually quite fragile here.
Yeah, it's hard to approach from that angle. The missile batteries could get over. Yeah, they're doing so now, so that's quite nice.
That means no interceptors. That's actually quite nice for him. And in fact, he could use the strike fighters here too. So that's what I think he's missing right now.
Yeah, if he just sticks around over the missile batteries, the strike fighters can actually be quite useful here. But it's also very easy mentally to kind of forget that you have strike fighters after you took a beating with them, and then you're like, oh hey, I actually have 3 strike fighters.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and it's also like you're afraid of using them in the wrong place, because obviously if they die for nothing, you know, this is gonna feel bad.
So. Yeah, now evening up.
It's armor 3 to armor 3 here, so you can definitely fight this.
Yeah. Now, what's the? Yeah, you're on 3 now, right? Yeah, 9 armor. Yeah. That's pretty nice. Like,
actually managed to get a hit with the interceptors, barely.
Or, sorry, interceptors aren't like. I mean, they're definitely good against AAVs, but they're not amazing or anything. It's like they're not. They don't just die to interceptors like railguns do, so that's kind of nice.
Railguns
here they have the rails. Oh yeah,
got that base runner heal coming in clutch. Actually, this feels quite nice because I mean, like, obviously this is a fight where the DPS is pretty low on both sides, so having that heal actually really makes a big difference, I think.
Yeah, I think the BR is actually a kind of nice touch. I mean, as long as the rails are able to fire, they should be still quite good.
So backstep coming up. Cool. I'm gonna use the interceptors. This is a little bit bad though, because I mean, obviously, not to mention they really don't land any hits usually, but like they're actually gonna kind of die to the LAV fire here. So
yeah, I actually lost one there. Yeah, there was a teeny tiny window maybe, but it's really hard to tell as well because we don't know what's. It's really hard to tell what's in fog of war, etc.
One missile ship's gonna go down here, but it's a pretty nice barrage. Actually catches some AVs too. I can't really keep this fight up though because he's got those railguns in position now.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just gonna say, Shrike, I've played around with the new like base runners moving while healing, and it's like super fun actually. So I really enjoy it. I guess if you didn't know, in the next patch, A-Game is changing the base runner heal a bit, so it doesn't immobilize the base runner. It just slows it down. So
I quite like that actually. It's I think if it's ever gonna be viable to keep the base runner in openers, it needs to be more helpful in the early game, and that's definitely one way it could be a bit more useful.
Yeah, well, I was experimenting with some builds keeping the base runner. It still felt a little bit difficult to like get value out of it. I found there's a lot of LAVs by Moose, by the way.
All these LAV openers are still so strong.
Oh, interceptors are feeding it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a little bit sloppy.
Down at least.
He just keeps getting one more. I don't know why I'm trading him against LAVs like that. They don't really do any damage. So. It's very easy to be critical of your play after the game. Right? Siege is out now though, and this is a pretty okay build.
Actually, I guess it gets a good barrage at least, and it has the range now.
There's 2 of them actually as well. It'd be nice to get the EMP shell. Yeah, because he's taking BCs this build, although I can't know that.
There's just so much HP in this freaking assault ship blob. It's really hard to whittle down.
Yeah. And meanwhile, like, you can't say the same on his side. Like, railguns can really be punished a lot by siege if you're not careful. So.
I guess there is some potential about around this ridge line. I just feel like Gaussian railguns are so strong on this map. So personally, I probably would have switched into that, but let's see
Actually,
if
I'm
it
taking into it
works
now,
out.
but I just felt like Seeds would be better because he already had the lead on the rails, and plus he's playing so long. So. But you know, you gotta realize too, like because he has the AVs here, he's already on armor 3. So I feel like trying to fight him in a rail war is gonna be a little bit hopeless.
Yeah, I think in that case you would be like kind of rushing, well not rushing, but getting into HTC, but that takes a whole load of time.
Yeah.
It's hard getting in range on this siege here actually. Need a bit more production out of Moose now. He does. Okay, there he spends his money. Wait, what does he spend? Oh, on Power 4. Yeah, I guess I forget that the Saban carrier is quite powerhouse on patch, and he does have BC Tech
Yeah.
finishing up here.
Yeah, well, this is Moose's pick, and I'm sure he picked it because, you know, Saban Carrier just becomes very, very strong on Kartoba, so.
Yeah.
Definitely that's
Okay,
kind of
so
like a late game condition that he's got here.
yeah. Okay, so this flank should be dealt with by the ladies.
We've got
Okay,
interceptors to do their thing against LAVs. It's never gone poorly for me in the past, so it should be fine.
Yeah. Okay, he does get on top of the AS, so it stops dealing any considerable AoE. Also, those interceptors missed by, I don't know, like a kilometer probably in-game.
Yeah, I was seeing that too. Like, what's going on? It looked like they were just shooting straight at the ground, right?
That was pretty funny.
Like, what's happening here? These interceptors have buffed accuracy against ground, yeah, like because they lead the target. Oh, is that why? Oh, because the LAVs are moving around in a circle, so.
Ah.
Aha.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Detective A game over here. Solving life's greatest mysteries for us.
So Moose's third is quite exposed, but so is your main, so it's looking like it's gonna be a base for base now.
Yeah, I think so. I've got the assault ships building on the, well, on the front line, if you will, like back at the base. Moose has got microwave emitter teching now. It's like about to finish. And that could definitely change this fight too. He's got 1 BC also.
Yeah, it should do really well against this. I mean, ooh, the barrage though is so good. Oh man, that's brutal.
And the LEVs are cleaned up over on the other side as well, so that's not going to be much of a concern either. Oh, really nice TJ though. It's not really much follow-up though because the EMP makes it
emitter. It's pretty juicy.
Here's the microwave emitter.
Although it's, I guess, maybe not securing any kills as of yet. So, yeah.
I used all my EMPs though, so I mean, like, I can't use them on this battlecruiser right now, but the siege is still hitting it from on the other side of the microwave emitter.
Yeah, this is looking really grim. It's just so much HP. Yeah, Moose needs to be producing now, for sure.
Strike Fighters tried to launch one more time, but I actually do have a missile ship here, so they end up going down.
Yeah.
But he did save them for the climactic fight, so I mean, like, you gotta give that to him. But I've even got, like, one heavy rail, and Moose has a lot of power, though, so he can, like, kill this rail off, but I've got the tools to put together the carrier kill here. Yes, and Moose sees it, too, so he's just gonna GG. He's not interested in waiting.
Yeah. I'm not sure 2 PCs would honestly be enough, responding to Phoenix in chat, because
carrier's still on full, right?
Yeah, and well, also just like the EMP from the siege and the indirect fire and the barrage, there's so much amazing damage. But yeah, that definitely would have helped there. But so wait, do I what? Oh my! How do I copy the wrong files every time?
I don't know,
Okay.
man. Maybe you're just not good
I'm
enough.
kind of bad at this
What am I
OS.
paying you for, man?
Yeah. Hey, I still have to cash out those prices from Mace, or was it Mace, right?
Uh.
We got like coupons in someone's online
Oh
shop.
yeah, it was Maze. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, that's a blast from the past. Huh?
I think, oops, yeah, I'm on 55. I think BCs would have been fine. It's tough though with the siege. Uh, I think,
I mean, maybe artillery, but it's tough because he's always going to be behind there.
yeah, ACs would have been quite good with the boost, like armor against AS and some speed to negate indirect fire, especially.
Maybe bombers,
Uh,
and that's what we saw you going. And he had
oh
the air
yeah,
tech
I
already.
think bombers could have worked quite well there. And I think Boost
There's
likes
some
them.
ideas, but I agree. Like that Galzian siege is just very tough to deal with.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to deal with it on the ground. Okay, are you in game?
Yeah. So 3, 2, 1, go. And here we are on Galzian territories for game 2 here. So I do have the lead.
Yes.
1-0. And this was my pick. I should actually read the pick bans. I guess we didn't go through this. I banned College Teeth just because I'm Galzian, right? He's so on. So I didn't want to play on that map. And he banned the Shallows for obvious reasons. So he took Kartoba, that was his pick, like I said. And then I picked Galzian territories in the Boneyard. And I think my idea here was that, like, these are two really aggressive maps where I can maybe try and, like... Two really aggressive maps where I can maybe try and just, like, smash them out of the series or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I picked... Or no, he picks Firebase Grill for the 4th, and I picked Torin Crater for the 5th. It's a bit of an odd build, don't mock it too much here. He's just going SC first, and I think he may be planning on like an LAV fold. I was going to go for 2 PC here, actually. But it means my Sandskimmer tech is a bit late here, because I do have the 2 guys on RUs, because I was planning on going to Rails as well. Maybe I'm just thinking of doing too many things here. But like LDM is just so efficient on this map that I wanted to like get those guys on the CUs there as well, so...
I think that's fine. I'm just a little bit confused, honestly, about Moose's build, or like why he decides to keep the base runner. I don't feel like it's really worth it for the microwave emitter. Sorry, targeting jammer.
Well, if the base runner fired the
that
microwave emitter, that would definitely be worth it. Man, that
That
if
would
I
be
could do
worth
that
it.
in joke patch, that'd be hilarious.
Oh, please do that. Okay, he does see the PC far out.
Like, I'm actually gonna agree with well, I'm not gonna agree with Moose saying TJ is better than the microwave emitter, but I'm gonna say that actually this is definitely like a good thing that he keeps the base runner here. I'm gonna have to disagree with Discara. This is a little scary. But obviously, like, he gets the probe, which is kind of nice, although he has already lost it. But he saw that there's some big aggro coming, but then...
Yeah, but you get the thing is, you get the probe with the retire.
That's true, but this TJ is actually going to be really, really important for him.
Okay.
I think it turns out to be pretty integral in his defense here, so...
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah, I'm just not sure it should be worth, but maybe with 2 ALMs. Yeah, actually late game I really liked TJ. For example, against Coalition, just ALMs and TJ. Oh my god, it's fucking nasty.
Oh man, like remember that series against Orbnet where like he's targeting jammering your battle cruisers there, right? It just makes it like impossible to win that fight. That was horrifying.
Oh god, I still...
Oh gosh, it's so bad to watch. This is obviously a bad engage for me because I'm diving in on him while he still has that cooldown up, right? So I'm just asking to get CC'd there by the ALMs, and then the TJ blocks like half the guys while they try and back out. Actually, 2 of them on low health bars is kind of nice for me because it means that they didn't die earlier, but now I'm pushing back in again, so I'm kind of asking for Moose to kill them here. Oh, and amazingly they live. Look at this. But
I think so. It's rails after this, right?
Yeah, it's actually already on the way, because I had those guys in the RUs at the start. Oh, it's already done. So I'm building 16
Yeah.
rails now.
But AR, right?
Yeah, yeah. But it's still tough,
Hmm.
because these two ALMs are... Well, actually, there's 3 here. They're always going to be there. And anytime he has that targeting jammer, he's actually the one who starts making aggressive plays against me, so it's a little tough to deal with here.
And I mean, honestly, it's looking pretty bad because he haven't slowed down his mining at all.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, see, that I
and
think
like
is what this targeting jammer has done for him, right? Buys him a bit of time that I'm not really able to do anything, so... I mean, if you ask me, keeping this base runner is actually kind of a smart choice.
although I will say, I think it was more the ALMs than the TJ, in my opinion.
This starting jammer for sure is a little bit wasted, so... Although he will get one skimmer out of it, I suppose.
Hmm.
I mean, hey, this thing's free, so that's definitely worth.
But I assume ref mode, yeah, ref mode is 40 seconds away. So looking to double expand, which I like.
I mean, I think it's actually a little bit desperate, though. I feel like I'm behind here, right?
Oh yeah, you definitely are.
Now I'm kind of into it a little bit. Yeah, this is gonna be rough.
That AR getting hit by ALM is pretty big.
Yeah, he's gonna catch
AR
both of them.
go
Here,
down.
so.
Oh, this is really bad.
I don't think he can just kill these skims outright just yet. He doesn't have... Oh, he does have boost. Oh, boy.
Yeah,
He's gonna use it now.
He...
Yeah, this looks a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, I think the rating could have been worth, but obviously that delays your ref mode.
Yeah.
Now, like, there's no way you're gonna fight these LAVs. Honestly, this game should be over.
Really, the problem for sure was fighting that TJ, or the ALM that is. There's no reason to go in there. He's got plenty, so I'm not even gonna pop cap him if I do kill it.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just, he stuns me up, he's got the follow-up, so definitely a bad idea to try and poke the bear there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, Phoenix. I don't think he needs to dive here. Like, he can just keep infinite pressure with these LEDs probably. And that should get him the faster 3-base timing, which, as you can see, it already has. So
Yeah,
I like the way he's playing this.
Yeah, this is looking really good for Moose.
He's got some AVs coming out, too. I think that's actually a bit interesting, because I noticed he started teching this after he saw the rails, but...
Yeah, I'm trying to... I think they could still be good. Like, you can still kind of YOLO dive on ARs with boost. And then have AVs come in when there's not that burst damage.
One, like, Smoke the Approach, too, can be pretty powerful, also. He boosts now here, he wants to capitalize on that TJ. This fight actually might not go so well for him, though.
Yeah, it's kind of an awkward angle. Oh.
He's got damage 1 teching as well, but it's just gonna finish now, so that's obviously not very good timing.
Oh, and he didn't... yeah, that's a classic me move. Not switching targeting, so they weren't fire.
That's quite unfortunate, actually. So all of a sudden, because this is kind of similar to game 1, where like, whoa, AV's going to space. Anyway, this is kind of similar to game 1, where like he was really, really easily ahead, but then he lost the LED blow up, right?
Yeah.
This game, though, it's not nearly so bad. Like, I think he's still very ahead here, but...
Yeah, but now that put him even with you units lost. It doesn't have a great tech.
He's taking the rails now, so that kind of counters the AR, but yeah, I've got this big LAV blow up, so that's always going to be like a threat to the railguns. I'm kind of doing my best to lose it right now over on the flank there, but...
Yeah.
A bit of awkward assault rail micro, actually. I could have kept the... What the heck? Did I just see a unit, like, teleport? That's kind of weird looking.
Is that how Coalition made it to the start? I mean, I assume it is. We all know what the carrier tries to do at the start of every team game on Kalash. It's like,
and then you can just drive up the cliff, like, that's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, that's pretty funky, not gonna lie.
We need Hottest Man
Alright.
Ever to redo the blockers for us then. But I see the railguns now, so... And I love this probe too. I mean, obviously, this is a tried and tested little tactic here to keep the probe out there so that I can give you vision for the railguns. Somewhere
Yeah.
along here, I guess his base runner died. Yeah, when it was being killed by the skims. So it's really nice that he sent that probe out before it went down.
Yeah, I'm thinking here. I think when you wiped up out.
Whoa.
I was trying to say too many words at once. I think when you wiped out the LAV blob, you could have started switching into HR already.
Yeah.
To kind of put more pressure on, because you can put damage on AVs on the carrier.
This is always a potential follow-up, right? And it's something Moose loves to do in particular, so I probably should have anticipated this. Seems like his go-to almost every game, actually, right? Is like, get a couple LAVs, right? Actually, quite a few in this case, and then go AVs, or air. Sometimes he goes air, right? And then go rails, and then BCs. It's kind of like a pretty linear progression, so... I probably should have seen this coming and gotten some more heavies than I have. I've only got like 2 right now.
Also, just like, especially because you got that wipe on the LAV blob.
Yeah.
You don't need to maintain, you know, an anti-strike craft force as much.
No, MagXL, no, not yet. But he isn't fighting heavy railguns yet, so I don't think he really needs it just in the moment. Once he sees the heavy railguns, he probably wants to start going for that tech, but... Actually, he's going for power 4 instead. I mean, honestly, like, it's not a bad move. I feel like that's going to be more impactful than the MagXL would have been.
Not sure, like, I'm not sure how it lines up with Suban. Maybe they're good enough without it. That is fine, actually.
I think it's more like he does definitely want that MagXL, but the power 4 is just so good for him, whereas, like, Coalition, it'd be fine, but not quite as powerful. This is tough, though. You see, like, I just keep losing Assault Railguns. It's really, really hard to keep them alive here.
Yeah, and that's... Oh, but you have quite a few HR, actually. They're just kind of a bit disjointed. Oh, because you were up to 6 there, which I think you would have taken this fight quite easily with. It's still pretty good.
Yeah, this turns out okay. The problem is just that, like, the carrier has already got, the carrier is, like, already got almost, like, close to railgun range here, so... Oh, yeah, see that? It just killed off the heavy rail. If I'm not careful, this is what's gonna start happening. And that carrier is actually just gonna start poking my railgun count down further and further. Actually, I probably need to get rail armor upgrades, I think. But it's hard to find the time for it, you know? And there's that power 4. See, I think this is why this is an important spike, is he actually outranges my heavy rails now with his carrier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think definitely a faster switch into HR would have been really good. Oh, nice. The MVE.
I really like that position too, although he's kind of killed all the rails already, but... I mean, he hits the eco, obviously, but the big deal is that the railguns can't escape, so...
Yeah. Yeah, he gets a nice wipe here.
And you can see with the skims, I'm like, what do I do? Like, maybe just go for the eco? There's not really any good option. I mean, they're just sort of forced out of this because there's too many AAVs back here.
I also want to point out that you were floating 1.6k just now.
Shh. Didn't happen. Look, it was late, alright? I had too much to drink that night. Oh, he's gonna deny the extraction too. This is very, very well played by Moose.
Yeah, this is looking really good for Moose.
I mean, this game for sure is definitely over, but I think he played this really well too. Because like he said, after the LAV ball went down, it was pretty even actually. Very, very nice move out from him. And now he has Magnet, so... He's actually not powered up his carrier here, which is interesting, but...
Oh yeah, I always forget that I actually have power as well.
I'm not sure what he powered it down for. Maybe he was looking to put it into the ALMs here. Oh yeah, that was...
Yeah.
But it's
Alright,
academic
nice.
anyway, the carrier does go down. And yeah, that's a fair point. The skins were in the back line, so I guess he was powering up the ALMs to stop that.
But GG, that's Tied series then. Not
How
bad.
can this happen? I'm not supposed to lose. It's my tournament.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had quite a bit of mining lead there. So Boneyard next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, definitely, or like the recurring theme, I guess, is losing the LAV blobs in both games.
Like the early mid
Um,
game, right? Just as we transition from
yeah,
early.
and I mean, in the first case, I think you just kind of need. Oh, I'm on 54 instead of 5,
Oh, okay.
so just go there. No, but in the first game, I think you just need a salt pack if you're being that aggressive, so you can get out of dodgy situations, kind of. And in the second one, I guess it was just a easy to misjudge fight. You know, quite easy to have that happen. All right, you loaded in.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, all right.
So here we
Let's
are in the
see here.
boneyard then. Obviously, I don't have the spawn for Rail Rush, but I actually chose to go for it anyway. So, classic Bozo. Yeah, I
And
gotta say, like, Moose has been tough to Rail Rush before, but I've generally pulled it off, so I felt like this is gonna go fine.
all right.
Last game I tried some screwery with, like, this weird 2PC build, but this time I'm just gonna play it straight the way I always do, so...
Alright, and Moose is going SE first. Let's see here. I mean, honestly, I don't feel great about SE first right now. But it might just be that I need to reincorporate some railgun defenses to some specific builds. But I just much prefer this momentum of LAV openers right now.
Yeah, well, it's definitely kind of fallen out of the meta a bit, right? Which is funny, because this used to be like, you know... This used to be what you always do as Coalition, is like, you can always fall back on SC first, but now it's kind of like LAV aggro is kind of taking that position.
So reading chat, do you get blind turrets with that Phoenix? Because that would really set you behind if your opponent plays it right. And
Yeah,
if
that's
you
what we saw,
keep
like, in
your
his Series
BR,
Bay
you
game
should
in
be
Game 1.
behind. Like if you just keep it, you should actually be behind versus standard ref mode, which is a problem, I would say. Okay, so 4-1. Moose sees it now. He goes AV tech. Okay.
Yeah, see, this is interesting. And of course, Moose has been always kind of doing interesting things against Rail Rush. He doesn't usually just go, like, LAV production upgrade like everyone else does. He's often been doing, like, railguns first, for example. But this time he's going for AVs. And I was curious about this once I see them come out.
I think it can work. I think I had a rather long period where I kept going LAVs into AAVs versus Rail Rush, and just trying to overwhelm with kind of brute force. But I'm not sure if it works right now. Yeah, let's see where we end up. So I assume this is an AR building for you?
Yeah. And right now I'm just trying, of course, to make sure he doesn't mine off the second base, because there's no way I'm going to dive on the main right now. It's awkward, though, because, like, on the other spawn, this is the angle you want to rail rush on, but on this spawn, you really want to rail rush on the main. So we have this moment... Oh, that skim almost lived on, like, 1 HP. We have this moment where I'm trying to, like, deny his second base, but I still want to actually be attacking the main, so... Once the ARs come out, I think this really comes online.
Yeah, I think now you can, for sure. I guess the ALMs are pretty good.
But they're actually pretty good targets, too. And you see, like, that one that spawns at the beginning, that one can be picked off here. That's indeed what I'm going to go for.
Yeah, it's pretty exposed. That's quite annoying as the Saban player.
Maybe smoke it here. I think it's going to die in one more volley. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah. Go.
So he sets another one, and that's fine. But the one ALM on the hill is indeed going to be really powerful. I mean, that basically says I'm never going to dive that base, right? Because this guy's got high ground, which is pretty good damage. And obviously that stun is going to be really, really impactful, so...
Yeah. Are you... I mean, I could see, honestly, switching it into HR after 2 AR here.
Yeah, because he's going so heavy onto AAVs, but... I'm just worried, like, he does have that production upgrade, so he could flip back, so I don't want to overcommit into it. But that's why you see I'm building a lot of assault rails here.
I just think it would allow you to put more pressure on. But I guess you can still kind of poke in like this.
Yeah.
But the HR would kind of be able to...
really, like, long-distance harass against this base. Yeah, I agree, it'd be powerful. Oh, that AAV lives on, like, 10 HP.
Yeah. Oh, now the AV count is getting really high. I think...
Yeah, see, that's the thing, Shrike. I didn't quite understand it, right? Like, why is he building, like, so many AAVs here? Although, you see, I have to bring the skims back to deal with this little backstab on the LAVs, which is nice. Now he gains some ground, so I think his idea is that because he can use the smoke to jump up on me, he can just gain positions, and that takes the pressure off, which... I mean, he is on like, 2 base, right?
In patch, AVs, when they can actually fire on the AR, are surprisingly good, but they can't, yeah, like this, you can't allow the AR to kite, because then you just die. Like, if they are in range, the AR melt, but any kiting at all, like this, just instead demolish the AVs.
Oh, that salvager went down just barely. That was close.
Yeah, I think he should have kept the hill here, or the dune.
Well, I don't know if he can. Like, when we're 5 on 3 like that, maybe I can actually just dive him. But he's actually getting the...
like I'm saying, like, before he bled out those AVs, he should have just...
Oh, yeah. Like, instead of pushing on the second dude, just hold that one.
Yeah, because... I guess you could rotate, but it would still take a lot of time to rotate.
You know what, though? I should really get the railgun armor upgrades. I think that's going to be pretty impactful against the AAVs.
Yeah, it would definitely be.
At any rate, Shrike, like, as long as I see him continue to build AAVs, I'm just going to keep building assault railguns, right? If I see him switching into LAVs, that's when I can switch into skims, and these assault railguns will still be somewhat useful, so... That's the idea there.
I mean, personally, I still like the LAV response, but it's definitely not a given that you melt the AR, because what the Galcian player should do is, I mean, you have a mix of skims and AR, and the collision player or spawn player wants to jump on the AR with the boost, but the Galcian player wants to make sure they don't have the position to do that without getting punished too hard on the run-up. So it's a kind of... I wouldn't call it cat and mouse, but it's definitely a delicate game even with LAVs.
Yeah. You basically... I mean, you want to get that, like, free poke with the ARs rather than ever having them be all in. And if you keep up a good skim count, then you never really can be all in, so...
Yeah, but definitely, I agree. You should have switched into AR, HR.
Yeah, it's what I would have done a couple months ago, but I think I was just too afraid that I was going to be killed by... Oh no, this is a bad all-in. I think I was too afraid I was going to be killed by, like, an LAV switch.
Yeah. Oh, kite!
Oh, this is so bad.
Oh, is Smooth gonna win this? I thought it was dead. Oh, damn, EMPs though, but
yeah, I thought he was dead as well, but it's at this point that I started worrying. Definitely, it's just a very bad all-in onto the main base there. I'm not sure exactly why I did it.
Oh my lord.
I think the problem is I was feeling, like, pressured by the fact that I wasn't taking his base out. He was on 2 bases at the time. Once he starts getting his rails up, it feels like if I can't, at that point, if I can't get him off that second base, or in this case it'd be the main base, that I'm kind of going to lose. So.
Nice. Oh my god. I love
in this case, though, I'm definitely going to lose, right? I definitely see this, so I choose to GG there. And Moose has it on series point here. It's 2-1 for him, so he's in the lead.
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot about him. Nice.
So it's well played. It's AVs to defend a rail rush. It's weird, you know, but it works for him.
Yeah, no, I like the AV variant. I still think,
I mean, for
I
sure, it's
mean,
risky.
the Galcium player needs to be really responsive with what units they make.
Yeah,
Uh, and I think switching into HR a bit faster, still having some AR.
human resources.
Um,
Yeah,
it's
I just felt too afraid, I guess, because so many games I've lost to like LAVs pushing in on me. I think EMP
yeah,
was good actually, because obviously the AVs want to push in with the smoke, and I can get them through it. But yeah, I needed more HR there, I suppose. It's kind of interesting, you know. Because normally when you're rail rushing, the advice I always give is like don't build HR, right? But in this case, they would have been much more powerful.
well, also like because the if the collision or Saban player has AV tech, it'll also take them quite a bit longer to get a assault pack, and usually you need a assault pack to pounce on AR,
Yeah, definitely.
because otherwise you just take so much damage on the approach.
But it's always just so risky to jump in on the AR as well. Because like, if you miscalculate it right and the skims are able to hold you off, then you just really lose a lot of LAV like that. So
Yeah, yeah,
it's
it's
scary.
definitely
There's no easy way
nice.
to play the rail rush or to play against it. You know what I mean? That's what I love about that build. It's just so like tight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely tight margins. Okay, I'm
Indeed. Yep.
on 29.55.
Okay. Three, two, one, go.
All right, so match point here for Moose.
Yeah. I mean, who would have thought that we'd see him there? He said he felt good about the game. Yeah, well, he should. That was very well played, and it's gotten him the advantage. I can't speak English. It's gotten him the advantage in this series so far. So I think
Yeah,
this is LEV spam once again.
yep, looks like it. It's tech before production, so I'm not sure what variant it will be. Maybe a
Yeah. Oh,
light
I see.
pressure.
It's gonna be AV rush. Yeah, I was wondering
Oh, yeah,
because
of
he had a
course.
guy on RU still.
Yeah, looks like it. So this should hit.
Oh, he doesn't know the
Yeah,
build quite. Oh dear.
so it's 28:05. I wonder if that is late. No, probably that is the timing on that. Yeah,
I
maybe
think you
you
can get it
weren't that
like at
late
least
when you
five
actually did
seconds
it.
faster. Right.
What now?
I think you can get it at least like 5 seconds faster. The AV timing.
It feels 28:05 feels a bit late to me, but yeah. Uh,
I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of the production upgrade either. Just because,
yeah,
you know, you don't build
I've
that many.
I've experimented with this actually, and I think if I remember correctly, you can't really build long distance salvagers with this, which obviously gives up some longevity.
Yeah,
But you don't really have the money to use that double production. Um, I think I even experimented with like one. Maybe I experiment with like one ARIA salvagers and taking one off and building one to LDMCUs and no upgrades, like no armor upgrades. But yeah,
that's rough, right? I mean, I feel like if you don't have the armor upgrades, the rush is very hard to really get much value out of, to be honest.
I mean the trade-off is that you have more AVs, so it has a like stronger front of punch, but I think it's really hard to make work.
What am
I
I
could
doing, by the way?
revisit it after these last few changes, but it's very slight difference in like how much actual AVs you do.
It's kind of a weird build for me. I'm
Yep.
not sure what I'm going for here. Like, because I'm getting the assault chips here before the second PC, which is kind of convenient actually, but I'm not sure why.
Yeah. What is?
Maybe
Oh,
I'm
there's
just a
no better.
god, you know?
Yeah, like this is kind of blind encounter, but I guess that's nice.
I had my map
and
hacks on.
it's with a probe. I think this is way too greedy to go for the probe. You can't spend that money, I think, if you go double production. If
Well,
there's
maybe
any
that's
way to
why
make
he, yeah, maybe this is why his timing was a little bit later than I think it could have been.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm not even convinced it can work, but if there is a possibility for it to work, it's definitely without a probe.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, the carrier can hold the second base kind of okay here, and it's bought enough time for an assault ship to come out. And I got the base runner too, which I think is actually going to be a big deal.
But yeah, it was really greedy here, but I guess you get the tech at least, which is some compensation. Oh, but
AVs are on the base runner too, which is not really what they want to be focusing down here.
Yeah, I was looking quite bad now.
Meanwhile, he doesn't even have the SC started, so it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, now he definitely needs damage, but these two AVs took so much damage. Like, maybe with 8 on the field, I feel like there would still be windows, because that's also 8 smokes to deny carrier damage. But losing one and one is practically dead. It's actually going home, which I think is good, or the best of a bad situation. But with 8 on the field, maybe something could happen, but now I don't know.
Yeah, I think I agree with Phoenix then, right? It's like stack them up and try and dive in on something with the smoke there. Because I agree, like, coming in one at a time, it just felt like they were sort of doomed to failure. And now he does have that SC, so he's going to get up on the 2 base, but I'm going to be on my way to 3 here in just a moment. I can't believe that AV is alive with 2 HP, by the way, but it's actually staying up in the front line, so...
Yeah.
It's got a death wish,
yeah,
you know?
I think versus some responses, and maybe especially AS, it's actually worth to wait and gather up AVs in some cases. But it's tricky. Okay, now
he needs to smoke
the air up here.
It's gonna take a lot of AoE on this push here for sure.
Yeah. I think he
should
push here. I think he should have smoked the carrier and pushed by the carrier, because it was still 7-3. So if he could consistently deny the carrier damage, was still a window.
So you mean he actually could have gone for it there? Because, like, I thought that was kind of doomed, but...
Yeah, I think after the BR heal were off, as long as the carrier was smoked, and with the 7 smokes, you should be able to deny all of the carrier damage, and then spread some AVs. Spread them a bit against the AoE, but now it's just, not looking great. He does get up to 3 base on a decent timing, all things considered, so that's something.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely slower than me, but not by too much. I've got Siege, though, so I definitely have a tech lead. Well, actually, he's getting Assault Cruiser Fat started here already. His probe is going to see, okay, there's no air tech. I think that's what he wants to know, but obviously you can't see that there's no, like, you can't see the Siege tech here, so...
No, that's kind of annoying. I actually think he's surprisingly even, because he's actually ahead in units lost a little bit. I think if he dived with a spread, this game could be even. But now I don't know.
Yeah, he's the tech,
I guess because he got the 2 salvage kills. Will do.
Of course, he is faster too, so he's not really worried about getting caught here either. He can just keep going in for poke, and if it's denied, he just leaves, right? It's not really a big deal.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be pressured on his side of the map anytime soon. He's got armor 3 actually, so he's pretty ahead in the upgrades too.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I like Houston in the chat cracking down on all this SPC bullshit.
He'll pull an HWU on him now. That's a serious threat.
Yeah, for sure.
This little battery fab actually coming out for...
Battery. Oh, this is my pet peeve.
Yeah.
I guess he lost the probe now, but Yeah.
Well, he did see it though, like just a moment ago, that the carrier didn't have intercept protect done, but
Oh no, 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 no! Now I was wondering why all these Salvadors weren't dropping off. I think this
oh
SC has the
no!
resource controller switched off.
Oh, that's
Uh,
horrible. Oh,
yeah,
that's the worst thing, man. You hate to
and
see it.
yeah, the thing is, the missile battery I think delayed the AC by quite a bit, and he really needs that AC right now. Like this is way too much AS to fight.
Yeah, because Phoenix Geo is correct. This is quite a blob. Why is that even in the game? Well, it can actually be useful, like if you want to bring someone to the front line, but it's generally like this that it shows up. So I agree, it's a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
That can seriously ruin games. It's like terrible.
And honestly, I'm with Shrike on this that one AC can kind of die to AS, especially this many, but they don't have good upgrades. Is the thing.
Well, it's maze.
Oh, they have 2 now, but they do need 3, I would say.
Yeah, just getting that range upgrade first, but obviously, like the value in an upgrade goes up the more units you've got that are gonna get that upgrade, right? By the way, this is like the laziest unit control of my life, but it's kind of working. So when he's figured out, he turned the resource controller back
The AS damage is on the carrier is pretty brutal, honestly.
Yeah, well, he's got a power of armor actually not assigned there. Okay, he's gonna put it in now.
This is pretty close. Aye.
Oh yeah, it feels uncomfortable for sure. At least here, the AC is actually gonna die now, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, it's close. It pops the heal there. I think that's actually kind of like popping the heal there is kind of asking to get hit by the siege group because obviously now that it's stationary, the auto fire is probably gonna kill it. I think it does more damage than the healing ability heals.
Oh, this is so.
Oh, he powered down the armor for a second there. But there's a barrage like about to come up, so I mean, I feel like. Well, I mean, I know how it ends.
And then kill him. Dude, go! Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's an F2 quick moment right there, and that carrier will fall to the assault ships in the siege. And yeah, that's a good point by Moose too. The carrier actually got stuck right at the end as well.
Oh my lord.
Just insult to injury, man.
Yeah, that's triggering as a coalition player.
Whoa, he lost 23,000 CUs? I love how it does that on the replay right at the end. It like counts the carrier as like a unit worth a bunch of money.
I mean, it makes sense that it's worth a whole bunch, I guess.
Well, 20,000 CUs, I mean, that's a little bit extra, right?
I don't know, it's a pretty good unit.
Yeah, you know, pretty good unit, that's true.
I guess 25. I'm trying to think if it would be worth to get a second carrier if you could actually build it for that.
Well, it'd definitely be worth it because you wouldn't have the lose condition, right? Like.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of like
imagine two coalition
chess,
carriers.
Like they have like a point value for all the pieces, and like the engine can tell you like how many points someone is up, right? And then when they're gonna get mated, but the engine can't find like a checkmate just yet, it's like, yeah, plus 70, you know, like what is the king worth? Like a certain number of points. You lose the game if you lose, right? So.
Wait, what?
Maybe that's a little bit too meta.
I missed something here.
Well, it's kind of like giving the carrier like a CU value, even though obviously if you lose it, you lose the game, right?
Oh yeah,
So.
Yeah, it's pretty funny actually. Okay, loaded in, 29:55.
That brings the scoreline to 2-2, right?
Yeah, so
yeah,
it's
this is game 5, yeah.
ace match. Honestly,
Ace match.
I can see myself getting a second carrier, maybe especially as Gals didn't. At least if they had like power tech synced. Imagine 2 Galcian carriers zooming around. That would be nasty.
Well, imagine a Galzian carrier with like a Con-F like support carrier, right? Oh my gosh. All right, I'm in position once you're ready.
Yes, let's go.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. And I believe A game is right. This might be like the first DOK tourney in if not ever, at least a long time, that both of the semifinals would come down to an ace match here.
Yeah,
So
not
I'm
bad.
pretty. I mean, obviously I know how it ends, but I'm sure Descara is pretty hyped to see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean,
But I won't say
probably
one's
know who
Lord.
I'm cheering for.
Yeah. Everyone hates Bozo. I get it.
Okay, so
Torn Crater's the map here. This is my pick. I've generally done pretty well on this, so I feel pretty confident on Torn Crater generally.
it's just a
Descara just
really
wants it to-
greedy PC first, I guess. Yeah, SC first. Sorry. Yeah, it is.
Now
I
that'd be
kind of
pretty
like
cool
it
if
on
he was
a
building
big
a
map
PC,
like
man.
this. Sorry, what?
That'd be pretty cool if Boost was building a PC right now. Does he get access to like the Galzian roster if he does that?
True enough.
Mind control a probe and build like a mothership as Zurich, right? I do like that he's got the probe out, but it's a little bit early, right? I mean, he wants to wait until AV Tech is done, I think. Or started at least.
Hey. Oh yeah. No, wait, no, not with a retire. With a
Oh,
retire.
shoot, yeah, I'm
you just
stupid, he
drop it.
retired. Sorry, that's my bad.
What a noob.
Can you imagine this guy thinks he's like the best DOK caster?
Yeah.
Because he's the only DOK caster?
At times. Okay, so sees the PC. And sees the.
Almost dies there, but not quite. Oh! Oh no, not like this!
Oh my god, what the hell is that? I mean, the
Oh,
fact
that-
that it died. I
That,
feel
that
like
felt
that's
very
pretty
avoidable,
unfair.
but also a little bit lucky for me.
Yeah, that was some good shooting by the PC gunner.
Nice shooting, Tex. No, it's just, you know, like, you gotta get in your
Wow.
opponent's head, right?
Oh my god, Moose is so greedy here.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I
Well,
kinda-
he'll
kinda
probably get
like
away with it.
though.
I mean, I'm gonna go for another PC now, right?
You're both so fucking greedy, oh my god.
Oh, man. Yeah, you remember when I used to pull this crap off?
Out on both ends.
Yeah, you remember, like, back in the Current Cup days, I used to pull this crap off all the time, and it would just, like, backfire in my face when you'd AV rush me, you know? Good times, man.
Oh my god. And if third salvager or like a second RU salvager and a BR before army. I mean, I guess it works in this case. Yeah. Actually,
Yeah, I'm gonna
does.
see it at least, right? The skim is gonna show me that he's on 3 base, so I'll know about it. But he's not gonna get punished imminently, so.
Yeah, but
My
Phoenix,
second
this
PC
will
just-
die to a lot of things. Just saying. But yeah, it's he's gonna get away with it. So this is gonna be good for Moose for sure.
And I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling sand skimmers. I mean, I can poke
At
this
least
out,
I
but I'm not gonna kill it,
weapons.
so.
Or like the SC's weapons do something now, rather.
You see me doing the high ground dance there. I'm like trying to see if I can hit the Salvager from the high ground, but not quite, so. So yeah, I've got a back away. I didn't lose anybody, but neither did he. And I think that definitely puts him ahead. He changed tech though, do you see this? He moved from railguns to AAV, so maybe he did feel some pressure there.
Yeah, I'm thinking if that is...
Oh, the second probe! Oh no! Oh.
I mean, it does see the second PC, so I feel like it's fine to get the confirmation on that.
Yeah, but you know I'm getting in his head here. I'm triggering him, right? In the way that only I know how. Third PC for you, by the way, so I'm actually gonna go really, I mean, obviously this doesn't help my eco, but it just lets me unlock the carrier really quick, so. Gonna be a bit different from what we've seen before.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Moose is just going for massive artifact pressure here.
Oh, I love this targeting damage, because you know what he knows that what I'm trying to do is scout the carrier here, so he just tries to stop me there, but can't quite do it, but it's a nice attempt. I really like that.
Yeah. Good times. Okay, so Moose almost on full eco, just needs that one more Salvager that just popped. And now I assume he's just gonna be popping... Oh, the PRs are for AA. I guess he didn't get the scout there, so
Oh,
that
but I
makes
don't like
sense.
this. He's actually dropping an AA turret post here.
I think that's maybe a bit much.
Because, like,
I
the thing
think you
is,
could
he
do
could
that
just drop it if they show up,
if you
right?
get attacked.
Yeah, exactly.
Because oh, I thought he went up to 3 BRs actually. Never mind.
Oh, and he's
But I
taking
think
missile
with
battery
three
fab, too.
BRs, it would have been fine.
I mean, to be fair, like, this is obviously getting quite blind countered at this point, but it's usually when I play on this map, I go for air, right? Especially if I have assault
Yeah.
ship tech, which he can see I do, so... But he really doesn't need missile battery fab. He's already got an anti-air turret post here, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I think he should just go for the artifact pressure. Really. There's no real tech to put more pressure in.
Yeah, and you look at the like area of the map that's in red here, it's definitely higher, so I'm starting to get control of the field actually, despite that he had the eco lead, but I guess he spent it on a lot of like prophylaxis that didn't really pay off here.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where the carrier is either, so I'm not sure if he's aware that I'm pulling like this far in actually.
Yeah, hopefully this LAV will see it
Oh
eventually,
yeah,
but
look at that. That's a very nice LAV. Siege is done though, and I've already got one out here, but I'm gonna start taking rails and then carrier power. I remember this game I didn't go for the range upgrade, and that turned out to be pretty impactful actually.
I think Moose really needs some tech. I'm not sure I like this naked carrier tech. I would like it a lot better if there was no AA and there were 2 artifacts getting captured.
Because in the carrier power, it could be a defense on its own, right?
Yeah.
TJ slowing carrier? Definitely not. Yeah, he's just like having he's joining the disco here, bringing his carrier into the touring region.
Oh my god, I'm getting so triggered by chat.
SGC? What the crap is this?
Okay, so
just call it
Railgun
Siege,
tech.
just call it
Yeah,
SC.
the thing is, he doesn't really have a tech he wants to spend money on right now. So he can't really build units.
So... Oh, I see what you mean. Like, he doesn't have a tech done, so he can't spend his money. Yeah, it's true. He's got the money already for Power 4? I guess that's kind of nice, but...
Yeah, that is true.
But, like, it's too late, right? I mean, I'm already at his doorstep here, so...
Yeah, and he's not. I guess he's waiting for railguns now, and he does have triple prod, so he should be able to get a pretty nice rail blob up here.
Mag Excel too, but it still leaves him floating a lot of CUs here. And a bit of pressure on the other flank too is always nice when you're pushing in like this, so I'm gonna send a couple skims out there, but... This is the most passive game I've seen in ages. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Okay.
Should watch Descara play Grippy then.
Hey,
oh, that's pretty cute. He drops the targeting jammer.
Are brutal.
Yeah, but didn't he always go like macro in the beginning? I don't know. I didn't actually watch any games of his, I suppose. But...
No, it was all just two base SF timings against each other.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So it's like when you'd play against Garm.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it's practically 10-min no rush.
Yeah. It's been 9 minutes here. We're finally having the first contact.
Okay.
Barrage comes out for the siege, but I want to get the second one. But again, I didn't get that range upgrade, so it's really quite late. And I think I actually canceled the barrage there, which is weird. Oh no, it looks like it didn't get canceled.
Oh, nice. He gets the siege cruiser.
Yeah, he gets this one. I'm sure. It's one more shot.
Yeah.
And he actually hasn't lost any railguns yet, I don't think. Is that correct? I don't think he has.
Yeah, actually, he hasn't lost a single unit. Nice. I guess the probes aren't counted. Guess replay.
Yeah, you know.
But
you know.
Nice. Okay, so one does go down, but
And you see, I popped the base runner heal there. It's basically saying like, yeah, this guy's not gonna get out. I just need to keep the siege alive. So I kind of gave that one up there. I've gotten one artifact out. That's kind of good enough. He does lose a base spinner in mid, though. I still have that pressure with the skins, but I feel like I can't really just dive in here, because he can just build AAVs on the front line if I jump in with skins.
Yeah, I think, and also since he's Saban, he can just deploy a bunch of ALMs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually
It's a good point, though,
looking
Shrike.
pretty
He's
good.
got a lot of
He
CUs.
really needs to spend his money, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. There's now quite a bunch of HR coming up.
I saw that one siege cruiser with another one building, so that's gonna be a big deal too. Don't check the resources tab. Yeah, I'm floating too, but not quite as badly, so I feel like I've got a bit more on the field here.
No, I can already see Moose's resources. Does need to produce, or at least get power 4. Yeah, he does go for it now. Could do with spend some CUs maybe on a support pusher, given that you're on the siege.
Yeah, well, look at all these railguns are low too. Yeah, that was my thought too. This barrage is behind the rails, so they can't retreat anymore.
Yeah, this is pretty brutal. Okay, pulling back behind the June, that's pretty nice.
Oh, and look at that base for Hito on the siege cruiser to keep it alive longer. Beautiful, if I do say so myself. Shrike's already calling the GG.
Pull back. Oh my god, you need to smoke.
Oh yeah, he does have AVs, but they're not in position. Oh no.
Oh my god.
He might have looked back to deal with the third base, which was getting attacked by the skins.
No. That was still winnable, I think.
It was, yeah. I mean, I think that was an even position. It's just like Soban, right? If you look away for 1 second, you just explode. So.
Oh man. Oh, I wanted Moose to win so bad.
It would have been cool. I mean, obviously, like I'm inclined to say I want to beat him, you know, because it's me. But like, honestly, like if Moose is getting to an ace match against me, he's at that level. So.
Yeah, that was a really good series, actually. Oh man. Yeah, I think that was Moose's game to lose in a way.
Yeah, because he got really ahead with the eco. He just invested way too much AA and then.
Well, I'm looking at the RUs now. I mean, he did delay RU salvagers quite a bit, but I'm thinking maybe because it's 3-9 for you, mine against 3-4 for Moose, and I'm wondering if they're. No, but I saw him saturate everything. Maybe on his third, some salvagers died. I'm not sure.
Actually, I think that's it, because remember the siege was there. It was probably hitting it, so.
Could be. Yeah, because he was really like. Yeah, I think they lived, but it was definitely a struggle. The like RU to CU float.
Yeah.
Well,
but I remember like in the post-mortem here, he was kind of asking me like, how much power are you on? Like, I couldn't. He was saying like, yeah, I couldn't quite get to power 4 as fast. And I didn't really know why, but I think it's got to do with all that anti-air, because he didn't use it at all, right?
Yeah, the MB tech and the MB definitely ate into the RUs early on. So that's also a thing. Yeah.
Well, not all of it, because the base spinners have a RU cost, and then the missile battery tech has RU cost as well.
Yeah. Well. Well,
it was a good series, though. It was well played.
Yeah, it was definitely a good series. Okay, now I need to get to sleep. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, though, Scar. It's always fun to have a co-caster.
Yeah,
and for those of you on YouTube in 5 years, see you next time.